anti-aircraft small caliber automated art complex Msbar-1, Iran. The Msbar-1 Iranian anti-aircraft gun is a short-range system for providing short-range protection. The main purpose is to defeat enemy air objects at low and very low altitudes. Msbar-1 was created by Iranian designers on the basis of the Soviet paired anti-aircraft gun of the 23mm caliber Zhur-23-2. It is a continuation of the work of the previously created Zakh-Msbar, tentatively developed at the beginning of 2000. It had 3 settings of the Zhur-23-2 type. There is no data on the introduction into service and production. The Msbar-1 anti-aircraft art complex consists of 4 Zhur-23-2 installations with a total number of shafts in 8 units. The complex includes INSLA, a 3-dimensional radar station. For the first time, the Msbar-1 system was talked about in 2010, when it was presented during a demonstration of the Mossad air defense system, which was being tested at that time. The system will become part of the air defense units and will provide air defense protection of the infrastructures, military units, personnel and equipment from cruise missiles, rockets, helicopters, UAVs and low-flying aircraft. Approximately in 2010, mass production began. The artillery system, consisting of 8 paired 2 artillery pieces, is made on the rotating part and mounted on the wheel run. Each of the 4 systems of the Zhur-23-2 type is provided with its own ammunition supply system. Articulated rate of fire of the 8000 anti-aircraft artillery system are mean. The Msbar-1 has a 4-wheeled wide stroke from the Samovat anti-aircraft installation of the 23mm caliber and is moved by a military truck. Before combat deployment, the artillery system is installed on 3 pillars, and the wheel travel is folded. The anti-aircraft artillery complex is fully integrated with radar guidance and surveillance systems and optical electronic devices. They are installed on the roof of a separately towed cabin. The radar and optical sensors of the control module are used for automatic detection and guidance of the ARC complex and determination of targets. The data is transmitted to the equipment of the fire control system, which automatically directs the guns of the complex to the target. The guns are guided automatically by drives. Shooting takes place in an automated mode, on the radar. This decision reduces human losses in the defeat of the artillery complex, since the control of the guns does not require combat crews. Anti-aircraft art complex provided planar radar array, which provides the detection of air targets such as rocket at distances up to 30 kilometers. Additional equipment backup control and guidance systems. When operating only optical systems, the ARC complex is able to detect targets at a distance of 10 kilometers. The OMS begins to direct guns after reaching the goals of the 10 kilometers zone. For 20 seconds before entering the zone of action of the anti-aircraft ARC complex, the control module will decide whether or not to hit the target. Why final termination of the F-22 program confirmed. The U.S. military's F-22 Raptor air superiority fighter program has been confirmed terminated. The program began in the early 1980s, largely in response to the Soviet development of the Su-27 air superiority fighter and MiG-31 interceptor, to regain a capability advantage in the air for the Western Bloc. The complexity of the Raptor's design and pioneering of several new technologies led to it entering service only on 2005. The fighter was set to replace the F-15 Eagle, its 4th-generation counterpart in service since 1976, as the United States' primary means of countering advanced aircraft from near-peer adversaries such as the USSR. While the U.S. Air Force initially requested 750 Raptors to modernize its capabilities, only 187 ever entered service. The F-22 retains not only stealth capabilities, but high maneuverability, speed and the near-unique ability to fire AIM-120C missiles between them, allowing the fighter to combat even the most advanced rival platforms and far surpass the capabilities of the F-15. Upon its entry into service in 2005, the F-22 would remain the world's only 5th-generation air superiority fighter for 12 years, matched only in 2017 with the induction of China's Chengdu J-20. Russia's Park-Fa is also set to enter service in 2018, and according to its designers is more than capable of matching the Raptor in combat. With the end of the Cold War, the United States military faced significant pressure from its government to reduce its expenditures. As the F-22 was built to counter nations with near-peer capabilities, they were no longer deemed critical to the United States military capabilities, particularly considering that potential adversaries such as Iraq, Iran, Syria and Yugoslavia did not at the time field any potent air superiority fighters, while the Soviet threat had all but disappeared. This led a reduction of the number of F-22 seconds scheduled for production, the original number having been 750 fighters. The Obama administration ended the program prematurely after only 187 fighters had been produced, a decision met with much criticism within the Air Force at the time. As a result, only 25% of the original Air Force demands were met, while no U.S. allies were equipped with the F-22. The naval and strike variants of the F-22, set to replace the F-14 Tomcat and F-15E Strike Eagle respectively, were cancelled entirely. The F-22 was built specifically to counter the Soviet fourth-generation fighters and interceptors, and particularly the Su-27 air superiority fighter, both of which were undergoing late flight testing when the U.S. program began. The United States' only fifth-generation air superiority platform remains the country's sole reliable and effective means of countering enemy air superiority fighters. According to a report from the United States Military's Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessment, the F-22 is today the only fighter capable of matching the Russian Su-35, an advanced modern variant of the Su-27 in service since 2014, in service in both Russia and China and set to be widely exported in future. Following the emergence of military rivals with capabilities nearing parity in the mid-2010s, and the proliferation of advanced air superiority fighters worldwide such as the Su-35 and Su-27, the United States again found itself in need of an advanced air superiority fighter. The Congressional House Armed Services Air and Land Forces Subcommittee in 2017 ordered a report to determine whether the program could be revived, which concluded that doing so would not be cost-effective and would be highly troublesome.